talking to Carlos Tavares, who's the #3 man at Nissan, he tells me. And we're at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, where the company is the start of a 22-city tour for the Nissan Leaf battery electric car. And it's in the car isn't quite ready yet. When are we going to actually see drivable Leafs that the press can take a tour in?
Well, most probably by the end of calendar year 2010, you can expect to be able to drive, I would say, the final Leaf, because today you can already experience the performance of the Nissan Leaf using the prototype cars that we brought here to LA for this event.
One of the things that you're going to be doing is offering battery leasing. In other words, the customer will not own the battery, but they'll be able to lease it. What are the advantages of that?
Well, the advantage is that, in fact, you package the overall cost of owning a car in a way where the operating costs, the costs that you are going to pay every week or every month, are going to be much more attractive than the operating costs of a conventional car. The other advantage is that when you are going to buy the car on day one, the total price of the car will be very similar to a conventional car. So from one side, the price of the car will be similar to a conventional car on day one, and from the other side, with the battery lease system, you will have a very affordable, much more competitive operating cost compared to a conventional automobile.
You haven't announced pricing yet, but you said it'll be within 1 or 2% of a conventional car, so most people are taking that to mean, say, around $25,000. I know I probably can't pin you down on that number.
You're right, you cannot pin me down on that number.
But within a couple months, you'll have final pricing.
Right. The important point is that from spring 2010, we'll start taking reservations from our customers. We were very, very excited about the fact that since we presented the Leaf in August this year, we had more than 25,000 end raisers. And based on this success, we decided to open reservations from spring 2010. Needless to say that at that point in time, pricing will be known.
Do you think how far would you, you're talking about 10% of the cars sold by 2020 will be battery cars. How far do you think we'd have to look in the future, if you think this will ever happen, where all the cars being sold have some degree of electrification, like plug-in hybrids or battery electrics?
Well, that's a very expensive question, as you may imagine. What I believe is that we are bringing what we call a true solution, rather than making the problem smaller, and that makes the complete difference, solution against a smaller problem. I believe that in a few decades, zero emission will be cost of entry to the automobile market. I think most of us, including our next generation, our children, will consider that zero emission is a precondition to have this car or one car in the shortlist. So I'm very, very confident that that will happen. Of course, the speed at which it will happen is something that I would not dare to predict. But the figure that you mentioned, 10% in 2020, looks for me a very reasonable figure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.